Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is March 1st. This is Anna Maria Manalo coming to you from Pennsylvania with another ghost story. This story comes to us from the Philippines. Just like last week, we are now in Asia, and we are looking at a particular metropolis. It was once an area that was just a small little town, a very small remote suburb, which has now become a major metropolis, just about 2 hours outside of Manila proper, in the region of Luzon in the Philippines. It's called Quezon City, with a Q. My story concerns a particular street that's called Balete Drive, with a B. Balete Drive has been the center of folklore. No one has ever really substantiated whether the story is true or not. But through the years, Balete Drive has been infamous, and today I'm going to tell you the story of the lady in white in Balete Drive. In the remote section of Quezon City lies a road that's two-way but narrow, called Balete Drive. One evening, a young taxi driver who was trying to get home after his last fare was going down the road. The road itself only had a few lights. He only had the one white line on the right side to guide him, and the double yellow line on his left. All the houses were shuttered on both sides of the street for the night because it was after 12 midnight. And this young man was in a hurry to get home to his wife and family. After a long day, he decided he was going to drive quickly and turn the radio on so that he could remain awake. As the cab proceeded down the road, he turned onto Balete Drive towards the last stretch, taking a shortcut into a road that he knew had been the area of a sighting. We will call him Juan. As Juan was driving down the road, it was very dark. He noticed that there were no other people, which is unusual for the suburbs, streets of Manila, where there was always someone walking or there was always a group of people outside the gates of a house. He realized it was very late by then, and as he proceeded on, he turned on the radio, but there was so much static he had turned it off. So in the loneliness of the night, Juan proceeded down the road, and then he saw a young lady at the curb, waving. Juan paused, wondering whether he should take the passenger. After all, it was late. But then, if he didn't, who would take her? That late at night, there were hardly any more cabs, tricycles, or other transportation available, and she looked alone, lonely, and a young woman standing on the side of the road that late at night could be very dangerous for her. His compassion took over, and reluctant as he was, Juan signaled, put his hand out to indicate to the young woman that he was going to slow down and stop for her. So he did. He coasted at the curb, stopped, and through his rear view he greeted the woman as she entered the cab. She appeared to be carrying with her a wedding gown, and that's how it looked like it was white from the distance. And as he observed her, he realized she was only in her early 20s, very young, with long dark hair. He moved away from the curb and proceeded, and as he drove he asked her for her address. There was no reply. Once again he tried to make conversation, wondering whether she perhaps was upset. So as he made conversation, he asked where he should turn. And then finally he looked in the rear view mirror, and aghast he stepped on the brake as he saw the gaunt figure of a skull. Juan immediately put the car in park, leaped out of his seat, looked over in the back to discover there was no one there, and just a few seconds ago he had seen what he thought was the skeleton of a woman. He looked in the back seat, and there was nothing at all. Not the gown, not the woman, and not the specter that he saw in the rear view. A tricycle went by. He waved at the gentleman, who then stopped and paused and asked him, "Are you in trouble? Do you have car trouble?" He said no. "Did you see a woman?" "I just took a fare. I was on my way home." "Did you see a woman anywhere?" And the tricycle driver just gave him a look. And he said, "Don't you know you're on Balete Drive and it's 12:30 in the evening?" And that's when Juan realized he had driven through Balete Drive, the infamous route where a white lady was seen several times. If you enjoyed the story, please log on to my website, www.storyartisan.wordpress.com, or follow me on Facebook, where the story is posted, and other stories will be posted every Wednesday. This is Ana Maria Manalo, author, and thank you for listening, and have a great day. Bye-bye.